I've got no roots on my one that's never on the ground. I got no roots on my one that's never on the ground. I got no roots. I've got no roots. And but that song so catchy. Got two, 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 two. And it's got that really solid let's call it. It's that cha-cha beat. It's got that real solid beat where you're just that doom. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But oh, I got no roots on my home that's never on the ground. I've got no roots on my home that's never on the ground. I got no roots. I've got no roots. So catchy. Well, hello, everybody. It is good to see you. Day 2 or whatever, or second stream ever, or whatever. I guess really cool people don't keep track of stuff like that, but here we are, yeah, we're on day 2 of stream. Hello, honorable chatter. Welcome to the live show. Today we'll just be playing some Banished and, just having a good time. This is kind of like the driving home radio stream here. Yeah, everybody's in their cars getting back from work. You tune in to the old Matt Sosa. See what's going on. So, the suns are always super fun. And how do I know what cha-cha is? Well, I actually have a bit of a side hobby. I was a ballroom dancer. And that's, it's not something that a lot of people do, but boy, it sure is a fun way to learn how to dance. And I would have to say cha-cha. It's my personal favorites. And that's a hard one to switch from because I used to be a major waltz fan, but I think cha-cha is smartly taken over. Waltz is definitely still a favorite American smooth dance. I'm an American smooth, American rhythm dancer. But cha-cha might have taken over waltz's place as the all-time favorites. But that can be a discussion for another time if anybody's interested in hearing about my illustrious, non-existent ballroom dance career. Fun side hobby though. Alright, let's jump back into Harley Heber's book. So I only took like the pre-made names that were on that was from the game, and it's Heber's Boars. Heber's Boars or Hebersburg? It's not Berg, because that B-O-R-G is B-O-R-G-E. So it's either Borge, a Borgie, or Borgia. To be French. Heber's Borgia. That's not very French at all. Wow, you're right. Let's get back into where we were from last time. I won't be spending the whole style stream reading about all the different national parks. That's what we're about. Let's see. Hang on, let me adjust some volume settings here. Let's see what here we go. That's sound better. It's not overwhelming everybody's volume. It still sounds a little loud in my ears. Let me click that down, click that down, take that down. Alright. How about now? How about now? Everybody, can you hear me alright? Sounds like I'm still a little bit quiet. You know, I'm still learning how to manage audio levels and things like that. So we'll bring this down to here. Let's try that. Let's try. Let's see if this comes through. You know what? I have a better way to fix this. We're smart people. Watch. Let's see. That probably fixed it. Appreciate the feedback in Sim. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome. Alright, so for those of you that have never played Banished before, this there are a little, you know, yes, early medievalist tribe of people that gets dropped off onto a location, and the goal is to survive. And the way that you have to do that is by farming and fishing and gathering foodstuffs, and the second thing you have to manage is people not freezing to death during the winter. So, mostly firewood management, and then the third thing that people need is all housing for them to stay. So this is where my community started out with. I think these were the first houses and storage, and then my first woodcutter that was made. And fishing made up the majority of my town folks' diets when we started this game. And as it let me put my mic in the right place here. You know, as the game went on, we built some field, we built some more houses, the first church, the brewery came later. And that's an interesting. I always want to try to have more, you know, on hand. What are we making? Beer. We're making beer from wheat. Another thing to manage is your supplies. So wood is, you know, supplied by cutting trees. But one thing that you can do is you can have a maintained foresting lodge so that you don't just totally deplete all of the tree supplies in the area, and the forester will kind of manage and grow the trees as needed. And then what else do we have here? We have a gatherer's hut. To pick up some of the smaller seed articles and herbs the herbalist picks up the herbs. The gatherers like mushrooms and berries and onions, root vegetables, things that you could find out in the wild that aren't naturally grown. It's kind of interesting. I don't think you can grow black onions in this game. They don't have a ton of root. Wait, I bet I just skipped out. Well, that's because I'm looking at my trees. Of course there's no onions. There's no onion trees. No, onions aren't a thing in this game. They're only gathered. You try to want to have a bit of a variety of diet for your villagers. That'll keep them a little bit healthier. And then the hunting cabin. For hunting, let for ramming deer population. These two that are just swimming through the water right now. And deer will do that. They will migrate if you cut down of this forested area. They'll go find new locations. And the other thing that's useful is the pelts that the deer will give you these to process into textiles, and then, of course, clothing. And clothing will help keep your people warmer during the winter. They won't burn as much firewood or coal. And then what do we have? We have our mine. We'll typically put the mines at the side of the mountains, but I think they can kind of get placed anywhere since we're really mining more down to the side, but I find it more aesthetically pleasing to have the mines on the side of the mountain. So the mines can pull coal and iron. Coal is going to be a more efficient fuel source than the firewood, and iron is going to let you make iron tools. And iron and wood, or stone and wood, are used to make tools, and the tools are required for the construction of everything. What else do we have here? So yeah, here's like my blacksmith making steel tools. I had a couple of water wells for fire, and then a schoolhouse to educate the population, and the educated population has a higher work efficiency rate, and they also live a little longer, which is a good thing because you can kind of turn over people really quick in this game, especially if you go through a drought or a real food shortage. You wind up mismanaging them. It can be a bad time. Over here we've got a trader that has come to port, and he is selling sheep and cattle. Do I know our sheep and cattle? I could probably take on some sheep and cattle. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We've got some pastures here, but they could be expanded. I've got a pretty large population operating right now. I think this is all on the land. Well, I wonder what would be a good place to probably put another round of livestock. Maybe on this side of the river, because I don't think any of these guys have access to that. So let's go ahead and give them little range here. Let's see, pasture. Cattle, I definitely gonna warrant a larger pasture than the sheep. We'll give them a little bit of space from the housing. About just a nice. Can I go to 20 by 20? Yeah, 21. Let's make it a nice little 20 by 20 square there. Oh, there's one pasture. And let's go ahead and we'll now we're at capacity. Or this party right now. Is the trainer still here? Good. Let's go ahead and buy. Oh, so the sheep are good to the wool. How many sheep do I have? 20 sheep. And that's 40 this head of cattle. Let's make I have a lot of cattle. Let's get some more sheep. Let's get some more sheep in this population. So for sheep, it's available. And now we can buy our sheep. And we want he got 8 sheep. We'll try to do some sheep for some wheat. And let's see. I always use firewood as my trading material. It's easy to just stockpile and set, and it doesn't go bad. There's a whole bunch of sheep. And we need some more ranchers now. some herdsmen. There we go. Got some herdsmen assigned. Really should have 2 for this property. Well, you always kind of want to keep a backup pasture. In case one of them, in case one of your livestock populations gets sick, you want to be able to split the herd and corral them off to a different area. That'll help you preserve the rest of the herd that's there. We need a couple builders, so we'll pull some people out of the vending trade. And watch them clear this land and build the pasture. Neat. Now, I want to clear everything out of this area. It's a nice little spot. It's on the other side of these mountains. We can put another set of houses over here. And probably a brandy cross to this market. That's actually a smart thing to do. Let's go ahead and make a... We have a main concourse going this way. So let's go ahead and continue that with a bridge. What do we have for bridges? Wooden bronze, tunnel. I guess we're just making basic wooden bridges. I don't have a ton of nods on this game. One there, one there. And now we're bridged away. And then we'll have some roads surrounding it. I'm just doing dirt roads around here. And then, possibly there. And once that bridge gets constructed, they won't have to fly all the way over here to that territory. Well, I keep having my workers panel disappear. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. Okay. I'm used to closing all my windows. Let's go ahead and speed up production here. A new shoot should be getting moved in pretty soon. So, we only have 2 people working the dock. Actually, let's place some livestock board it. So this is something that you can do. We want more chickens, more cows. Bring them all. So you can place custom orders from the different traders. You know. And depending on what type of goods they bring. So there's like traders that will bring livestock, they'll bring seeds, they'll bring produce, they'll bring tools. It kind of varies. And you can place orders with each trader. Really the main thing is just to acquire all of the seeds, you know, and then you can have a total variety of planting. Because you can grow beans, cabbage, corn, barley, cotton, hops, pumpkin, potato, squash, sorghum, wheat, and peppers in your fields. And your trees, your orchards. Yeah, orchards? Yes, orchards. You can have apple, plum, walnut, chestnut, pear, pecan, cherry, and trees. Which is cool. Oh, it looks like we're getting our land cleared. Very nice, very nice. Let's make sure that there's enough. I've got the road built out. Looks like just once you... look all the road across the back here. And roads always speed up the travel. These are, I don't know. Belgium's taverns. We've got a couple of trees over here. How a nice big sheep pasture would be. We are in the log production. We have maple log production right now. And a lot of people. My population is on a bit of a boom right now. That happens when you give them a lot of available housing and and give them a lot of available housing and food, and they're living a while. You can get through some pretty good population bends, but as always, eventually, disaster will strike. Luckily, I've managed to avoid it so far with this township. Can't put one here, but I can put one there, and there, and now we have an interconnecting road for this. Oh, that's right, and I was kind of building on Main Street down this way. Oh, that was gonna connect it to this market. Okay, so that's good bridge placement. And then let's go ahead and continue our road this way. And this is just gonna be a really good sized thoroughfare. There we go. That needs to be straight. There you go. And this one, we may not have a ton of room to place structures, so this may only be 4 wide instead of 5. And wonderful. Okay, my ramps is ready. We're gonna put the sheep there. And it should have at least 2, we'll give them 3 waters, because they're managing 25 livestock. And we will empty this into the other lot. There we go. And then that one will give us sheep over in that other area, so that those people don't have to travel as far. Stuff. And once they're all transferred, we can remove the total count there. We've got double chicken fields here. And chickens would probably be another good thing to move over to that side of the land. Wow, we've got a big population surplus going on right now. And what is he mad about? There is no ale. There's no... Because we don't... Well, we're about to harvest a ton of wheat. That's corn, that's pepper, that's potato. Okay, where's my wheat fields? Well, my wheat fields are right here. Okay. Well, we got a big farm there. And plenty of food. We might convert these into more wheat production. That's a possibility. Now let's add to our roads here. And somebody's died. What happened? A vendor was stabbed to death. Man, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a crime in this town. Telling you, thought we were a peaceful peoples. Apparently it's all going to hell. Oh, let's go ahead and double up this road, this road, down to wherever. There we go. Looks a little bit more uniform. But and now we have people that can travel across here way more quickly. And we'll go and intersect. As soon as that road's clear. Oh, the since they've been moved over. Nice, nice. Then we can start working this field. Oh, we got a lot of labor. A lot of labor, no jobs. We're gonna put 4 people here on the herdsman. I haven't really measured what the most proper ratios would be for that. What do we got here? That's our chapel, that's a clinic. We do get sick people sometimes. Well, that's an apothecary that's selling stuff. We're kind of building out the corner of the map here. And what in the world is this guy doing? He is carrying a wheelbarrow sideways. Look at him go. He's so strong, he doesn't need to pick it up. Impressive. Yeah. No, I told them to construct these rounds. They shouldn't be building. I think we'll just clear. We might clear this land in general. What does this guy have? Ooh, he has pottery. And carbon steel tools. Now, where does that... Can I make carbon steel tools? I don't know if I can. I'm a little curious. Let me go to my blacksmith. No, I only have steel tools. I don't know how to make carbon steel tools. Well, we can buy some. Wool coats we have. Not short on that. Pottery. Can totally take some pottery. And what do they want? Not very much. Well, I were paid for that. Trade, thank you. Oh, there's a lot of pottery available. Hang on. Until we had our limit for that stored tools. Then probably. And pottery to manufacture rackets and pottery. And then an outsider would trade at such a good value. You don't need to stockpile a ton. There we go. Now we got people working. You guys are getting rich. We got pottery. We got carbon steel tools, which is cool. You are all builders. Go build. Well, I have too many herdsmen. Go build. Build my roads. You know what? We can probably clear this land. Let's mix. a stockpile out here. And this stockpile is gonna be able to hold wood, iron, and stone. We don't have a ton of room for a stockpile. We can make a level 1 right there. I'm just kind of cutting into the side of the mountain, and somebody's calling. Why are you calling? Well, it's 13 degrees outside, that's why. It's 12 degrees outside, that's why it's cold. Holy cow. But there's enough things to keep you warm out there. My goodness. Total population stats. We have 482 adults, 17 students, and 90 children. This is a very populous piece of property out here. I think we are going to... So remove resources is kind of what you select to do some land clearing. We're gonna go ahead and take this out. Clear that land. Random citizen. Write out names of so many of them. It's taking a while to actually build the roads. I wonder why. They're not stone. The pasture will fill out slowly over time, where, you know, your sheep will continue to have other sheep and knob themselves up, and the max capacity is based off of the... These are all sides of the pasture. There you go, boys. Get that land cleared. We want to go road. Right through here. And there, yeah, you've got some good access. I guess these red, they're already constructed. So upgrade them to stone. How much stone do I have? I have a lot of stone. That's 1 stone per thing. Let's build some stone rods. It's a nice town. We want to have nice things. My bridge doesn't really make sense. Let's go on a little stone road upgrade. Senior, at least for my main thoroughfares. Making them look pretty. I have handful amounts of stone right now. And I can take on the mines to go mine some stone. Actually, let's go ahead and use that. So we've got... You're mining iron. Oh no, the mines don't get stone. The quarries mine stone. It is time to get us some stone cutters. Here we go. We're gonna take all of these people out of the building and add them to the quarries. And that quarry is being worked. This quarry is being worked. 3 of 7, 10 of 14. Wow, that's a lot of people. It's technically I could have 14 people working this quarry as well. And that will increase some stone production here. And let's see what else we've got. We've got thing connect this road up here. And here. And we've got a little green space. What? I like to put orchards when there's not like a ton of room in an area and it can only kind of fit some small stuff. Orchards are always a cool that in my mind. They're very aesthetically pleasing. And they don't require a ton of maintenance. And this is probably... Did I plant an orchard all the way across the back this year? Almost. Well, one by one orchard. That's fun. Well, yeah, we'll leave it like that. A little one by one orchard now. Got some stone to remove first. What children do, you're unsure of their minds. You're right. There we go. Now some of our roads are starting to get cut. We're actually gonna go with that and upgrade this to some stone as well. All of our big walkways are to market paths and such should be stoned up for some efficiency of movement. There we go. Can afford some nice things out here. More people to the mines. More people to the mines. There you go. It's kind of sitting, but a stone road leads to the stone quarries. Alright, let's see what else we've got here. There is. We covered that big walkway versus an area. But sees a lot of travel. This can be stoned up. I'll thirsty, yeah. Now that looks nice. This area, for sure, this sees a lot of the traffic. And then starting to remember how to work it. Book this guy. Yes, there we go. There we go. All that. Absolutely. Around my trading ports as well. That'll make it look nice. Any big materials that come by. I'll be impressed with my paved streets. I go, wow, what a rich society this is here. No. That's a nice looking area now. Is this? Missions. Let's do what's there right here. Got some nice double wide. Okay, yeah, they have stone that. Some of this area before, it's just been a while since I've gone back to redo it. Yeah, and everything in my old town has nice stone streets. What is this? Oh, this is a bunch of stockpiled stone. Cool. That'll let them build all that very quickly, and oh, we dropped a couple of simers. There we go, got that backed up. Anything else looking like a shortage? A vendor? Vendors aren't the most important thing to continue maintaining. They just kind of move goods across different areas. They're useful now because they have a lot of hubs in those areas. But when you're in early game, it's not something worth chatting about that much. There we go. Okay, that had some nice stone pathways. Now it's a big dirt track. I have a way around here, and what's this? An ill person. Why are you ill? An outbreak of the month? Interesting. Well, we have a clinic, so we should be able to manage this fine. I don't think the months will be devastating to my population just yet. And what are we gonna put out, you? Well, apple orchard. Apple orchards are always nice. And this is gonna go... These guys still classify as farmers. Even the people that manage the orchards will classify as farmers. How do we have... Is there anything that I don't have? Like, what else on the SR side? Peaches, apples, plums. Let's make some fruit orchard on this side. So I did apples. So this will be my plums. We'll give that 2 people to maintain. See. And we're going to turn all of this to stone. I'll turn you to stone. There we go. I shall be praised for my well-designed streets. The other thing is that it's just a real quality of life improvement. You know, when it rains and it gets all gross, you're gonna be pretty glad that you had stone pathways instead of dirt. This can also be stoned out. A nice pathway to the cemetery. As the reason I built all the way out here was just to make a new cemetery, because my other one was getting full. There's no way to empty your cemetery, and I guess there's no limit to the amount of people that can die in your down. Yep, that's already stunned. Yes, we're good here. We'll stun that up because we're fancy. There we go. Okay, we've got this land cleared. What do I gotta put here? We got room for some other shops. We could start putting more housing. Let's see what else we've got. A lot of shops over in this area. We've got a forest and need to add back some general labor so that they can continue working on the roads more quickly. An outbreak of influenza has occurred. But I'm only having like 1 sick people. It's not really spreading a ton. So the month's guy either died or got better. Oh, so here they go. They go into the medical clinic. And I guess they stay quarantined until they leave later. And they'll wind up being alright. So I've got the town hub. What are some other buildings that are town relevant here? Some more storage wouldn't be a bad idea. Adding some large storage barn, butts canal, medieval barns and storage. We want normal, medium, small, tiny, plain silos, coal silo. What does that look like? Ooh, a root cellar for storage of fruits and vegetables only. The granary. Oh, I have that's already here. Hardware store, fruit vending, vendor cloth, meat, general food, library, apothecary, barber shop. Let's make us a little root cellar. Since I'm gonna be having a nice little collection of fruit trees, let's put in here. And yeah, there you go. 2 little root cellars. And when because of that, we'll make. Oh, do I just make? I could just turn this area into a bunch of really nice orchards. I'm not opposed to that. I am not opposed to that. Yeah, because I really don't have that any other ordinance. As fun as it would be to turn it into one giant one, let's see how one we have. We have 35. That's the width here. And 34 goes from here. And about. So probably here down. That's a nice 10 by 24. And then this can be a big one. Then, and then this can be almost an 8 by 8. It'll be an 8 by 7. And we can just have. I could put one here too. I can't put one right there. They'll not butt it straight up to the house. It'll be along the road. And this will just be Orchard Alley. This will be a nice Orchard Alley. No. So these things are fruits. I need something else to store, because not everything's gotta be fruit. Some of it's gonna be nah, that's a little big. Coal silo, plain silo. Got one of these larger barns. Probably makes more sense to have it faced that way. There we go. Now I've got some good sized storage. Okay, so what do we have over here? That's peaches. And this is plums. And we had the little apple one. This will be pears. We'll do pears with this one. That's 4 people work it. That'll be nice. let the construction commence here. 6 people there is good. We can pull people out of here to work. It's easy to just pull people out of them. We're gonna keep people laying bricks as long as our storage stays up. This is gonna be more Apple related in here. Did fairies for the large one, and your plum, you keep. That one's pear, fruit. Sure, it's plum. I guess we'll have multiple apples. Why not? We'll have 3 people work this one. I'll have 2 people work this one. We've got 4 people on the large one. How many do we have lurking this block? 3 people. And it's producing a decent amount. Lots of farmers, lots of farmers. There we go. And now we're down to the end of our general labor bars. Traders here. Let's see what they have. Steel tools, plum seeds, ale, salted meats, berries, steak, cake, and cabbage. Well, let's buy lots of cake. What is a lot of cake? Let's buy lots of ale. And that will keep the people happy. Oh, they have a lot more. They have stone seeds. I have cotton, other smoked wheats, fresh water, cotton. I have wheat, cabbage. Come back to hot. Yep, carbon tools. Could add some lactose. And so that should be 2,000, 1,500, a little bit more. There we go. Trade. Good doing business with you. Good doing business with you. I think we want on order. Let's see. Yogurt is a funny thing that you can order. Now that's really all I'm interested in here. Something's not working. The mill is not making sour because it ran out of wheat. That's interesting. I think it's because I have a take shop or something down here on the bottom. Or, yeah, as people making bread. That's what it is. Well, when the season turns over, we'll get some more. We have 14 out of 25 sheep now. That's starting to rack up. Well, that's really, yeah. Let's continue with our stonery. Very nice. I guess I can do a little back because here. Interesting. It's faster for people that cut it straight across. No care to walk all the way around. Well, that's an ample amount of storage. Let's go ahead and put some small houses down. We'll go down. She'll just be a nice little single sandwich area. Oh, there's only room for 2. Is there room for 1 more? Right here. 3 little houses to maintain a fortune. And we're gonna a bridge going across here. There we go. The tornado touched down. Where? Where was the tornado? Show it to me. And there's a guy here selling stuff. What does he want? Wheat and peach? Oh, there's the tornado. Buck at it, go. Oh, they're shredding this area. Oh, no, stop. Oh, stop. Don't run over. No. Watch out. Boom, there went my fisherman. And it's taking up a lot of forested area. And boom, there goes my firewood guys. Boom, it took out a coal mine, it took out the brewery, it took out the chapel. Oh, the coal mine survived. Holy cow. Oh, this thing's just gonna go straight across the map. It took out the every part of Old Town. Holy toad. It is destroying places. Look at this thing go. I've actually never seen a tornado in this game. I feel the humanity. Oh, the humanity, this poor thing. What? Oh no. Oh no, it's just cutting a straight line across here. I'm sorry, is he gonna go all the way across the map? I guess so. Look at this thing go. And it's finally dissipated. What a scarlet last. Absolutely devastating. What? Our tragedy. We're gonna have to rebuild all of this. These poor people. Utterly displaced. Somehow the mine survived. You know what's interesting? It didn't really take anything out of the stores. Like, you think it was, you know, like gravel, the bricks, and that fleeing everywhere. But it didn't do that. So everything that was, like, stored outside is fine. The wells are fine. But some houses got absolutely shredded. The quarry is fine. Do I have multi-story houses here? They're at least fine. But I've got a lot of rebuilding to do. And I ripped a few trees out of the orchard. And then it came up this way, and all of this is far. Oh, that's fine. My goodness. What an event. I wonder what category you put that now, guys. That was epic. Well, let's get rid of a lot of vendors here and replace our primaries. And add to the old building population, you know? Bring back our blacksmith. A boring world. They lost a trader. Well, we can actually cut down on miners pretty severely. We don't need any of that. Let's get people back to building. For clients without jobs. Everybody should be a builder right now. Oh, it's because they're over produced right now. What's this? Archer with a disease. Wonder if because it's next to a farm that might happen. Well, the indicator isn't popping up yet, so it should be fine. What a tragedy. Well, I'll watch this thing out for a bit. Hopefully I can get some of this up and running again. We didn't take too big of a hit on our population. We're only at 405 adults, 54 children, or 54 students, 78 children, so I think we lost maybe, we'll have 20-ish adults, which isn't insignificant. But wow. What a lot. Yep. What's so this area is given pretty good with forest and time. But all these trees are probably gone. Once all of the building jobs are sent us, we can go back and that's why I'm like, were these not multi-story structures? Oh no, I placed them, I remember, and there wasn't enough space to place the other ones. That's why they're like that. Yeah, definitely still doing good on stone. Okay, most of the building jobs are done. Let's bring back, we need a baker, we lost a gatherer, we lost a hunter, a woodcutter, forester, 2 herbalists. What else? A blacksmith, a briller, a tailor. A teacher. 2 clerics. Wow. Yeah, I mean the church got wiped out, so we definitely lost a couple of clerics. General labor. And the remainder of those. Yeah, everything's back to normal. Rights are subverted, people. Good job, good job. Solid recovery. Let's add back my trader. And we'll add all of your people back to work in the vending shops. Where did the workers function? I don't remember. There's nobody to work in the site. Stone cutting. I think we're done now. Have we built all the roads yet? Not yet, but most of them. Let's put some miners back to work, you know? I did my textile. I have it way over my textile limit. Okay, my salt mine is useless. We don't need that many buyers. There we go. Now our arms are back to being fully functioning. And let's see. Have we gotten any yields from the archons yet? Not yet. Still growing. We're growing. We got some buds. Some little buds popping up. I like my little row of apple trees sits around the outside. That's really cool. I kind of want to do that here. Let's make another one by one archers here. That follows that path. And you got this nice little row of sun trees. Oh my goodness. Let me look at some stuff on the side here. I'm still trying to learn how to use some of the OBS while this is functioning. And I didn't manage to get not good now. I have a functioning chat and though like whatever it is with control handles. And 2 people are viewing. Hello, 2 people that are viewing. Welcome, welcome. Always a pleasure to have you. Oh, one of the things I didn't really point out before. Let's gotta find at least you have to live right next to each other. Oh. Being stone houses stay warmer than the wooden houses. Stone stays warmer than wood. Efficiency. And that's just a part of the game. Let's see here. I wonder, oh, I hit my limit on food production. Hit my total limit on food production. What is the phone that I use to manage my limits? My total resource limits. Well, it's time to up food production. I'm consuming so much, or I'm producing so much more than I'm consuming. Let's set the food limit up to that. Upper hunger limit. Clothing limit we might want to start producing more of. My textile limit. Yeah, it's up to BS. Fuel. Well, I guess that counts as total fuel. Oh, now fuel is stored separately. So that's my overall fuel. Total logs, the rat, yeah, all of that could be about 10 something. Alright, I'm okay with that for all my resource limits. Put that down the cordless, yeah. That way we can have a bit more production going on, and these people can go back to being Thunder friends. Ooh, and my roads are complete, so I think we're good on stone cutting production now. We don't need any more to do that. Which means we can fill up our total underclory. Dairyman brings milk to the creamery, makes yogurt and cream and cheese. Wonder how can I add dairy production to Bass? Quarry mine, tavern, tailor, blacksmith, herbalist. Maybe here in my town, to my shop. Smith, tailor, woodmetal, watermill, salt mine, clay pit, pottery shop, gym, washing place, water tower, a butcher shop. A butcher shop would definitely be some chill. I think I already do. What things do I have already here? General food, library, apothecary, Bible, meat store, plain vendor, fruit vendor, hardware. Okay, I guess I don't have a butcher shop, which would be a sensible thing to place. Here, I'll squeeze one ashes. Well, he needs to be. Where's that? Where's my pastures? Can I put him by the river? Put my shoe by the river. And give him the road. Give him a nice round. Here we go. I can stem on that up. Nice. And let's add builders here. So that we can get that working. And then we've got ample amount of travel. So the butcher should be having plenty of work to do. Let's see what else we got here. And food production, pond. You can do a pond to cultivate fish. An apiary. And there's the crane knife. A smoker waiting outside. A drying sack for dried meats. And a saltery. I kind of want an apiaries are cool. There's a place I could sit one of these guys in. That's kind of an industrial area. We've got, okay, this is a little bit forested area. Now what we need to do is make some bridge. Make a deal. Is make our breads. So, let's go to our little bit to builders. Put one right across the way. Yeah. Nice little 3-column bridge. And we're gonna send this straight line down to and market boom. And the second round down. Down. There we go. And now we've got our nice bridge. There's not only a way to create like one deep line bridge. And they'll just kind of look like a bunch of small business. And they'll be sunnily overlapping each other. Also use like herbs and wild mushroom and stuff that people would go pick. And, you know, excuse me. And what else do we have going on? Let's see that. We're producing a lot. I might need one more person to work that area. We still haven't done any stone laying out here. We'll update this print so that it looks all nice. There we go. There we go, nice. Down, travel, around. This, because there's a lot of people that are gonna move in and out of this area. Little super apartment thing that I built. There we go. There it's being moved back. She's not right on. Serious. Nice. Cool. Now all of this gets nice done. Walkways. And that's a washing area there. I believe. Yeah, little washing place. Will improve hygiene. And that's all dirt roads. And a Zinder has just arrived. What has it got for us today? More cattle and sheep. I don't really need them now. I have my pasture that has filled that considerably. Nice job with your mutton and your wool. Let's see, what else do we have around these areas? Man, I'm so excited for the new free run season. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be so good. I really enjoyed that show the first time that it came out. And you know, went and read all of the mangas, but it's such a good show. And so I'm really interested to see how how they animated the next season. The trailer looked really, really cool. We got a lot of story left to go on it. I think where did we leave off? She got it. Fine, got the first rank maids. First class maid. She passed that exam. That wasn't the latest. What was the latest one? Man, now I don't remember. I don't know. But I enjoyed that show so much, and I totally downloaded all of the soundtracks for it, and then subsequently memorized said soundtrack. and now I'm curious as to how much more gets picked. It's 5 people enough to work this area. Like if I put 10 people on here. Yeah, I didn't get as much yield as I could have. But we've also hit our seed limit. Wow. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is build my housings. If we're not consuming enough food, then... One thing to do is to send food to the trader on the inventory. Wow. To have so many foodstuffs. But really, I want to look at the next. Slow the game down a little. See, what's the next housing area to build? That's going to be the bigger thing. I mean, it could be around here, you know. It could be around here. I try not to put too many people right next to like industrial remnants. And you can't tunnel through. No. No, you be and now I have to build ourselves a little tunnel. Okay. And, I wonder... Okay, I'm thinking about, like, tunneling straight all the way through this, so that all of, like, this area is, like, this walkable land. Let's... How does that work? If I build... Okay, it's big. But it's a tunnel. So it has to... Oh, and then it can come out there. Okay, but can tunnels intersect each other? That's the bigger question. Also, I want to build it, you know, I want an entrance. So what's the closest I can put one? Right there. And then it'll pop out here. Okay. Okay, we have our first tunnel. And then... Okay, let's up and build it. Then we'll see. But I'm interested in, you know, if I can do intersecting trains with this tunnel. That would be really cool. Let's crank this up to 5. If then, I want to do like a little crisscrossy thing here. That's right, you can walk across the backside of this, and then maybe the bridge over here, and let's tell everything's kind of packed in on this side. Let's scoot that barn over. That wouldn't be that difficult to think. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and remove these imprisonments. And we'll bring this road out. We'll bring this road out further, and this is gonna be a tunnel connection thing. Oh, this is gonna be interesting, and it's gotta be really interesting. So, what do you have, Mr. Trader here? Anything cool on your potato smoking cheese, salt and cheese? I don't eat cheese. You can buy some cheese. Let's see. There we go. Fred, thank you for your teas. Anything getting low? Not significantly. Okay, now where's it? Where was I? Oh, it's a one-lane tunnel. Oh, wow, look, interesting. Okay, we'll see, okay. And then where was I? Where I wanted the booths. I want to move these guys over. We have to, yeah, they've got to remove all the storage and then this out of the building. And then we'll pull this road through. And we'll connect them in this here. And this little isolated pocket will be out, man. Super evil. Let's see, because I can't, yeah, I can't build anything yet until that building's out. There we go. So let's down this up and then pull this across and across and across. Yeah. And then I should be able to build a tunnel. Yeah, oh, what's the mod? Do I have to remove these improvements first? Is the road too much? Or cancel their construction, whatever? I'll remove roads. There. Nomads have arrived at the town hub. 86 nomads request citizenship. Good lord. I don't have jobs for them. Yeah. I don't know what they do. Know about. Let's say. Let's say before I admit 86 people into this town. I'm interested. Let's let him. We have no housing. We have no housing whatsoever. And they have dysentery. Well, this might have been a big mistake. I don't know if that's the first time I've let in nomads. Here, tunnel. Yes, it's a here. Let's speed this up. At least I can eat up some food before they leave. Or die. Boy, this is gonna rack up. Some population. Is the tunnel done? Oh, it's already finished. Oh, look at that! Look at that! One big old tunnel. Straight through the mine. Okay, so then where do I want my intersect? Over here. Probably. I guess it... I don't know. It doesn't make a world of sense to me. I might get out there late. Yes, that's the street town's out. I kind of want to have this area more settled. Once this town's finished, we'll kind of shoot these guys across down. There we go. There we go. And let's build. Let's build. Yeah, let's build a big old housing thing over here. Let's see. Well, one of the easiest places to put them is in a boarding house, which we can put. Yeah. 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 Come on. That's. Let me see. Maybe there. Maybe the. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. We'll put a boarding house here. And we'll put I want to throw our thing. And then we'll put another boarding house on this side. And this can just be a little migrant housing area. How many people does this boarding house fit? A lot. Sweet. Yeah, we'll keep them running. We'll build these two boarding houses. They'll consume lots and lots of food. And then... Hold on, how many more boarding houses? I wouldn't put one right there. I put one like... here? Up here. That here. It's here. Yes. We'll put one right here. Right there, and that rather than and this should be able to house our body. And then we'll have to figure out how to work. We can fill up our trader now. And we're consuming some stone, which is good. Let's see if these almost sites make it. We've got enough tools. We're not gonna build a connection on that side. Might build one over there. This tunnel makes no sense now. Unless it has a right turn to it. If I can build a crossways tunnel, let's see. This is tunnel, right? Yeah, tunnel. Oh, why can't they intersect? That sucks. I'd rather have tunnels that can intersect each other. If that's the case, then I actually want to dismantle this structure. Maybe that tunnel. I'm gonna build a crossways one here instead. Once this boarding house is complete, everybody should be good. Gotta keep you away from society if they all live right there. You can build proper housing for them later. There we go. Alright. Homelessness ended. You're welcome. Let's... Now we've got this as the next thoroughfare. Let's go ahead and build the bridge across. And I'm going to ignore the guy that wants to trade. And we'll build our bridge. And then we'll be I'll cancel this construction. Alright. Cancel that construction. Because we want the bridge to be the same length as everything else. So, it should be this big. Yeah. And then... Well, we'll see whenever it's finished. That'll be the better indicator. Good for consuming food again. Somebody died. The farmer. Oh. Might start adding some stone cutters here. Alright. We got a road, we've got a road. You really can't go over this hill? That difficult, huh? Well, that's fine. So we'll cut either way to... Yeah. And then we can have the tunnel right through here. And then all of this area can be accessed. And where's my second lane? I'll do that through there. And we'll pull this here until it stops. And there we go. Now I've got my 3-lane paved that. And what else? Yeah. down at that small section right there. And this will be after you. There we go. And then landing. And I guess a bridge across. No. Trying to, kind of want to bring the bridge in. I'd rather have it closer to you. It was safe. That should work. And then I'll be our crossing for this side. And this people can travel around the mountain this way. I guess we'll have them go straight to here since this is where it starts bending. We'll just place that and shore it up. And I guess wherever the time is forced. Where is... There it is. So we're good up to there, up to there, and then we'll follow this road out and around here, and then we're this way straight down here. Really? Really? Only 2 blocks? Only 2 blocks that have a problem? That's so goofy. It's so goofy how some of that works that you can't like build around a hill. Because it's just like, no, that's, you know, impassable topography. And you can't, there's no terraforming in this game. You can't same the land around. But cool, now we have all of this been produced. Thing to make this up here. Grab this down there. I guess you can't really go behind the mine. Here, Corey. And then we're gonna need a market. We're gonna need another market. And it's gonna go... There we go. There you go, market. And you want it mostly in range of the other market. So that they can chatter get across. And this can go right there, here, 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 here. Here. That, right there. It'll go right there. And that way everybody that's in these boarding houses can get some goods. And we'll break this area. And we'll break up the connecting space. There we go. The market is essential for the efficient distribution of meds. Keeps everything flying well in land. Yeah, we're producing a ton of food. Try and make another beer. See if... Guess I don't need to take anybody else in. Now the boarding houses are empty. And somehow they distributed their way into actual hands. I'm not sure how. Some of the gags of this game are a little funky. I don't totally understand them. But anyway, what time is it? Oh, it's getting kind of late. Well, I think we're gonna call it here for today. It was definitely interesting getting to stuff you guys on, and we survived the whole tornado, which is pretty incredible. There's a lot that we get to. Yeah, this is kind of the first full gaming stream, so fun times were had. And you know what? We'll connect with you guys next week. Yeah, probably next week. And we'll have some more fun. Alright, thank you guys so much for viewing. Bye.